Supreme Court today commented on actor Darshan being granted bail by the Karnataka High Court. In fact, the apex court has observed that and said it is not at all convinced in the manner the court has exercised its discretion in granting bail to actor Darshan, who's been in jail in the Renukaswamy murder case. The top court asked Darshan's lawyers to give good reasons as to why the court should not interfere with the High Court's decision. And that's a very important observation and commentary that has come in from the Supreme Court, where it has very categorically said that we don't think High Court exercised discretion properly. That's the most scathing observation that can be made by the apex court. And in fact, I'm going to connect with my colleague Nupur Dogra to talk more on this in terms of what exactly is the commentary that has come in and why it is so significant. And we also have Deepak joining us for more on that in terms of the larger implications. But Nupur, let me come to you first. These are very scathing observations that have been made by the apex court.
Yes, the Supreme Court bench of Justice J.B. Pardiwala, in fact, made these observations today and questioned the senior advocate Kapil Sibal, who was appearing on behalf of actor Darshan, that why this bail should continue. First of all, this bail that is granted by the Karnataka High Court was granted to him on medical grounds. However, some apprehensions were raised back then also by the Karnataka police and the Karnataka government that has approached the Supreme Court against granting them this bail. Now, the Supreme Court is considering whether this bail should continue. So while in a brief hearing today, the Supreme Court made these remarks that it thinks that the Karnataka High Court has not used its discretion. And when Kapil Sibal asked that why was the case so and why does the Supreme Court think so, then the court said exactly the point where the High Court was seen panting in considering if it should be granting bail to these people. So this was Justice Pardiwala's jibe at the Karnataka High Court order that has granted bail to actor Darshan.
Right. Let's also now get in Deepak for more on this. Now, Deepak, the larger context of this is a high-profile case, and this kind of commentary from the Supreme Court does add to a bit of uncertainty, doesn't it?
Well, very strong observations that have been made by the top court, especially about sitting judge and, how they have actually, the judge has actually gone ahead and given bail to actor Darshan in this, instance. Very important to note here is that very recently actor Darshan also moved the court to travel abroad for the shooting of his movie. Initially it was a different country, the dates were different, but again he made a different request. Right now as we speak, just yesterday, he along with his family have gone to Thailand. Now, why I'm mentioning this is very important. If the matter, of course, once again, after being heard in the Supreme Court, if there is a decision to actually revoke his bail, that would mean that he is in a different country. Now, is there a possibility that, this could present an opportunity to the actor to evade, the law once again? Is he going to come back? Was it actually appropriate for him to get permission to travel abroad after being accused of such a heinous act? These are pertinent questions that definitely come up as we look at these sort of strong observations that are made by the Supreme Court.